Welcome to Top 10 USA, home of the Rocket platform. Please follow our replacement procedures and be sure to use appropriate ESD standards and techniques throughout the replacement process. If these procedures are not followed appropriately, damage to your SAN as well as data loss may occur. If your machine is covered under the Rocket Plus subscription and you have any questions or concerns, please open a ticket through the Rocket Platform customer portal. Your first step is to access the group manager of your Dell EqualLogic array. There are two methods to accessing your array. If you already know how to access the Dell EqualLogic Group Manager, please skip to 1 minute and 9 seconds. If you are utilizing SAN Headquarters, you will want to launch the SAN Headquarters client. Once SAN Headquarters is loaded, on the left-hand side of the page you will see a list of current groups managed by SAN Headquarters. From here you will need to select on the particular group with the current issue. You will right-click on the group name and select the option Launch Group Manager and log in using your login credentials. If you are accessing your Dell EqualLogic via web browser, you will open your preferred web browser and in the address bar either enter the host name of your SAN or the management IP address. Once you see a login prompt, please enter your login credentials. Now that you are logged into the EqualLogic Group Manager, you are going to need to identify the EqualLogic array with the issue. On the left-hand side of the page, we are going to select on the particular array that currently has an indicator marking. In the center of the screen, you will see a row of tabs across the top of the page. You will need to go to the Maintenance tab of the Dell EqualLogic array. Toward the right-hand side of the page, you are going to see a section of identification information of this array. Be sure to click Start LEDs Flashing and then make note of the service tag of your Dell EqualLogic array. We will need the service tag and any LED indication turned on for any service procedure in order to identify the faulty SAN with ease. If either of these methods do not work or the machine is inaccessible, contact us directly. When replacing a power supply in a Dell EqualLogic array, you will need to first identify through the Group Manager which power supply is currently failed. For you to identify the failed power supply, you will go under the Enclosures tab in the Group Manager. From the Enclosures tab, we can see that the supply in slot 0 has failed. Now that we have identified the failed power supply, we must first identify the position in which the power supply seats. For you to identify the position in which the power supply seats, go under the Status tab. From the Status tab, we can see a graphical representation of the front of the array on the left-hand side of the tab. Above this graphic, select the Rear View option. This will change the view of the graphic to the rear of the array, allowing you to identify the positioning of the power supply. Using the LED indication you had turned on earlier, locate the array. The array should have every indication light on the machine flashing. Verify that this is the correct array using the service tag from the Group Manager. The service tag of the array should be located on a sticker in the rear of the machine by the controller slots. Once the array has been identified, we will need to turn off the indicator lights. Enter into the Group Manager and select a member with the failed power supply. Open up the Maintenance tab and on the right-hand side select the option Stop LEDs Flashing. In the rear of the machine you will see the power supplies. The faulty power supply will have an amber fault light on. Confirm the power supply with the fault matches what was seen in the Summary tab of the Group Manager. Once you have confirmed it is the correct power supply, remove the power cable from the faulty supply. Push the orange tab toward the center of the power supply while pulling back on the metal bar. Pull the supply straight back until it has been fully removed from the array. Insert the new power supply until you hear or see the orange tab click into place. Pull back on the metal bar without releasing the locking mechanism to ensure that the power supply has been seated properly. If the supply stays in its slot, it has been properly seated. If the supply moves around in the slot, reseat the power supply until properly seated. Plug the cable into the power supply and ensure the switch on this power supply is in the on position. Return to the Group Manager and confirm that the power supply is now showing healthy. If the array is now back to a healthy status, you are safe to close this call out. If the power supply fails or other issues arise, please contact us directly. Thank you for choosing the Rocket platform, the evolution of hardware maintenance.
Thanks for watching. This has been another video by the Top 10 USA video production team. We look forward to sharing more content with you going forward, so please check out our YouTube channel and please subscribe so that you get notified whenever we release a new piece of content.